My favorite part about this show is like the contrast between the beginning and the end. The energy is just like so different.
Produced on Awabakal and Warramailand, this is The Good Stuff on Newcastle Live.
This is
Good.
good stuff.
The good stuff.
Before we get to our chat about First Date the Musical, I wanted to show you a flashback that we've just shared. A video of local garbologists from 1982 has just resurfaced. Back in the day before the one-armed bandits took over, local garbos were treasured and Garbage Day had way more character and brought a good dose of short shorts to the neighbourhood. You can check out this throwback for yourself by heading to newcastlelive.com.au. Tonight, Newcastle Theatre Company has their opening night of their season of First Date the Musical. Here's the chat that we had with leading actors Cassidy and Aoife. All right, so for those out there who have never seen First Date the Musical before, how would you describe the show?
It's essentially just a blind date between two very different people. You have Aaron, who's a very awkward, dorky investment banker. You have Casey, who is this like very edgy, creative photographer and artist. And it's trying to see if they manage to get through a first date successfully.
Yeah, right.
Just to add on to that, I mean, you see like a bunch of their like outside of their lives like coming in to the date, and this is characterized by a lot of like awesome background characters who are just like so fun, and they just bring so much to the show. It just makes it like it's like just a lot on display. It's really awesome.
Yeah, throughout the date, we're haunted by evil exes and family members and horrible misogynistic best friends and like all these crazy characters trying to see if we can make it through the date.
Wow. And so what's it been like to take on these characters?
Unfortunately for me, it's very, very close to who I actually am. I don't feel like I'm doing much acting up there when I'm being kind of awkward and trying to be funny. But no, it's been a lot of fun to over-exaggerate, to take those realities of an awkward first date and turn them up to 11.
It's been a bit of a challenge for me. I haven't really done a show with quite this much dialogue before, and you know, this character I like to think is like a bit far away from who I am as a person. And so having that constant like, come on, amp it up, like be more aggressive is like okay, this is a bit of a challenge, but it's been such a good challenge, and it's been really awesome to have Aoife helping guide me through this as well. Aoife is so great to work alongside.
Yeah.
So it's very funny. Cass is very sweet, and Casey, her character, is very brash, bold, like in your face. It's been fun to watch Cass just throw it all out there.
What are some of your favourite moments from the show?
I've got to say the ensemble, people who do incredible work. Everyone basically gets their own song, and so all of these amazing ensemble members get to break out. We have like wait staff doing gigantic musical numbers. We have, I think, the invasion by Google, the actual as a character coming in, is a really surprising and fun cameo, I'll say.
I think my favorite part about this show is like the contrast between the beginning and the end. The energy is just like so different, and you've got these like quite big numbers at the start, and it's these characters who, you know, like they have these walls up, and you've got to try and break it down throughout the show, and at the end it's just like raw, unfiltered, like who the person really is, and it's really great seeing that contrast.
You actually do manage to fit quite a lot of sincerity into what is like pitched as like a ridiculous comedy. For 90 minutes, so much people are going to experience.
So you've just had your bump in, right, into the theatre? Yes. So how's it all shaping up now that everyone's like in character and all the sets are ready?
Once you jump into the theatre, it is a gear shift, because now everyone's just waiting for that audience. We had a few weeks in the theatre to get ourselves comfortable and get the set up and running, and all the tech, of course. But the only thing that's missing now is people, and we're so ready to make people laugh, make people cry, maybe just a little bit. But no, it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience.
I don't really have much to add to that. It's more just like seeing how much more everyone's energy is going to, you know, double once we've got an audience.
Yeah, amazing. Fabulous. Well, before I let you go, I might ask just, how did you both get into theatre? What was your journey like?
Mine was actually, I was quite young, and I'd always kind of been singing, and my mother forced me to be in a musical, and I was kicking and screaming and I didn't want to do it. But it ended up being one of the best experiences of my life, and I guess I've just loved it ever since, which is quite funny because I was so against it at first. Don't know why, I just hated it.
Yeah. What musical was it?
Mary Poppins.
Oh, right.
I was, I think maybe 9 years old, 10 years old, and I was Michael Banks. So I wasn't very thrilled that this arts council was asking me to play a little boy.
Yeah.
I was like, I was such a girly little girl, and they were like, you're playing a boy, and I was not very happy about it.
Fair enough.
Mm.
That's so funny.
Ended up being so much fun, and I loved it so much, and I'm so grateful for that experience.
I've been on a massive tear since I was 5. I started my kindergarten production of 5 in the Bed, and ever since then, I've just been absolutely addicted to theatre. I went to Hunter School of the Performing Arts. Since 2008, I've done over 50 plays, which is an unhealthy amount, probably.
Wow.
But I've been absolutely adoring it. I went and saw The Pirates of Penzance at Civic Theatre when I was like 10, and I watched a bunch of adults pretend to be ridiculous pirates and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, you can actually choose to do this as like a career or like as a joy. It was eye-opening.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, most theatre kids have that first memory of seeing, theatre, especially local theatre. It just hits differently when you haven't experienced anything like that before.
Yeah, and to realize that you can do that yourself and take on so many different lives and characters, it's addicting, in a very fun way.
Yeah, amazing. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and best of luck with opening night.
Thank you so much.
Good
Stuff.
Thanks again to Cassidy and Aoife for joining me for a chat. Be sure to grab your tickets to see First Date the Musical. It's on until the 27th of April. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you tomorrow from 4 p.m. for more of the good stuff.